Good afternoon, listeners. Come sit with me by the fire. Never mind that man over there, viciously writing in his book. See, he doesn't know it now, but many years from now, he'll be famous, revered, and his tales will shake the very essence of all who hear them. Look, quietly now, gaze into the embers, and listen to the tale of HopFrog.
I never knew anyone so keenly alive to a joke as the king was. He seemed to live only for joking. To tell a good story of the joking kind, and to tell it well, was the surest road to his favor. Thus it happened that his 7 ministers were all noted for their accomplishments as jokers. They all took after the king too in being large, corpulent, oily men, as well as inimitable jokers. Whether people grow fat by joking, or whether there is something in fat itself which predisposes to a joke, I have never been quite able to determine. But certain it is that a lean joker is a rare sight. About the refinements, or as he called them, the ghost of wit, the king troubled himself very little. He had an especial admiration for breadth in a jest, and would often put up with length for the sake of it. Over niceties wearied him. He would have preferred Rabelais' Gargantua to the Zadig of Voltaire, and upon the whole, practical jokes suited his taste far better than verbal ones. At the date of my narrative, professing jesters had not altogether gone out of fashion at court. Several of the great continental powers still retained their fools who wore motley with caps and bells, and who were expected to be always ready with sharp witticisms at a moment's notice, in consideration of the crumbs that fell from the royal table. Our king, as a matter of course, retained his fool. The fact is, he required something in the way of folly, if only to counterbalance the heavy wisdom of the 7 wise men who were his ministers, not to mention himself. His fool or professional jester was not only a fool, however. His value was trebled in the eyes of the king by the fact of his being also a dwarf and a cripple. Dwarfs were common at court in those days as fools, and many monarchs would have found it difficult to get through their days without both a jester to laugh with and a dwarf to laugh at. But, as I have already observed, your jesters, in 99 cases out of 100, are fat, round, and unwieldy, so that it was no small source of self-gratulation with our king that in HopFrog he possessed a triplicate treasure in one person.
Hailing from the barbaric region, I present a gift to your majesty from General Augustus, a tale of both beauty and beast. She dances on moonlight while he stumbles upon stone, a fairy and a dwarf. May I introduce the dancer and the fool, Trapetta and Hovenwald.
More like hop along if you ask me.
More like HopFrog with those narrow legs of his.
Such a shame such strong arms should be wasted on so horrifying a creature.
Ladies and gentlemen, my movement upon the ground has its intricacies, so let me instead take to the air. You see I have with me a simple rope with the right assortment of knots and a quick swing of the wrist. I have lassoed one of the palace's marvelous chandeliers. Let us take flight! Spry little devil, I hope your majesty is pleased with these trinkets for my travels.
Splendid, Augustus, simply splendid. Fairy and flying toad. Trapetta, come sit beside your new king. Dance, and tell me the tales of far-off places.